First-person point-and-click adventure games was a big hit in the 90s with games like King Quest creator Robert Williams' Phantasmagoria, one of the best-selling Sierra titles of all time, and Myst, one of the first games published on the CD-ROM, and was notable for its extensive use of pre-rendered 3D graphics, which were considered cutting-edge at the time. If you know these games and played them, as I did when I was a young age, perhaps you get a slight touch of feeling old, but that is alright, I promise you. So how does the wild case from Specialbit Studios fit into this legacy with its 2D first-person point-and-click adventure filled with puzzles that is actually on a good level for newcomers to the wondrous genre of games? I think it's an exciting 2-hour deep dive into a mystery where the solution for the puzzles are often not more than an arm's reach away, but still in some cases it can make you scratch your head in confusion before the solution became painfully apparent. So be prepared for a witch, an ermite, and some strange creatures all mixed into a rugged world somewhere that really looks from a rural part of Russia. If there's something strange in your neighborhood, who are you gonna call? Well, you. Or the game's main protagonist, to be more precise, a man who investigates strange occurrences, a paranormal detective if you like. And after receiving a letter asking for help in the delicate matter of finding out more about the strange creatures that is terrorizing the villagers, and since the creatures have glowing red eyes and possesses an uncanny ability to avoid hunters, it's now up to you to travel there and resolve this matter before all mining villagers are forced to leave their homes. And the developers base the tension build-up on your encounters with the creatures at what appears to be random locations to further build up your expectations while you play. And if you think that you will have a pretty calm start in terms of puzzle, you will be surprised. As soon as the train stops, it's time to solve your first puzzle. And like many puzzles in these games, most parts are actually present in the scene you are in. You just have to figure out in what order to combine them or use them to solve the challenge ahead of you. You will probably notice pretty fast that there is no background music in this game. Instead, you will have the birds chirping while exploring the areas. It's not until you reach the very end it will be a serenade to end the game. I like the clarity this game shows when it comes to the actions you have to take to progress through the game. There are no concrete dead ends. Instead, with a bit of hovering, you will quickly find places or objects that have some importance to solving a puzzle or a challenge. Some people might prefer what some games in this genre introduces when it comes to helping you with only a key press expose all interactable items, but since the puzzles in these games are on a more moderate level, you don't really need that help at all. And like any point-and-click adventure game, you better pick up everything you find since there are no items that don't have a purpose. If you ever played two of my favorite point-and-click adventure games, Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis and The Dig, two games I actually play once a year just for the pure joy, I can assure you that the Wild Case is more laid-back experience and more welcoming to newcomers. The inventory is placed on the top of your screen and is accessed through hovering. This works really well and is a quick way to access your acquired items. The Wild Case consists of 3 chapters, and there will be a lot of going back and forth between different characters belonging to each of the chapters to be able to progress. Showing the chapters directly at start and information about them is for me a little bit of a spoiler, since you already in a way know where you are heading in the story, and it takes away a bit of the fun of exploring. And the exploring part works really well and also gives you room to learn how to make moonshine, and also how about this one of my favorite solutions, and hold on, it's not that much of a spoiler, consider it more of a hint. The cafe has a mouse problem, but to be able to borrow the cat from the old man, he wants vodka. Since the cafe refuses to hand over the vodka because of regulations, you strike a deal that if you solve the cafe workers' math problem, you will get vodka. Guess who is a math teacher, thirsty for vodka, ready to help out? And even if you solve that challenge, the cat will just run off and leaving you facing new challenges. And this is just one of many fun challenges you can expect that involves you going back and forth between characters to make progress. Every scene feels like a still image of an location, with you slowly noticing that it's always something moving in the scene. From steam from a pot to a creeping bobby head, or just a cat tail slowly moving back and forth. For me, that became something I look forward to going to new locations. The Wild Case is, with its around 2 hours of gameplay, a different game if you would compare it to earlier titles from the developers, like for instance Angelo and Demon, Previous title was more based around humor and relied on its voice acting, but in this game there is a more focus on folklore and a bit of witchcraft and mystery. And I feel that people tend to focus hard on the price in comparison to the hours of gameplay and even leave a bad review based on that scale. The wild case costs $9.99 US, and for that you get a good point and click adventure game with a worked out story including a lot of NPCs. The different characters, some heavily stereotyped, are still really well written. The different scenes are almost like old paintings from a storybook that you get to experience and feel like they're a real work of art and add to the whole feeling of the game. So if you, after watching this, feel a bit interested, I can tell you that the game have a demo out that you can download and try for yourself and then make up your mind if you think it's a grand purchase for you. But you know what, let's not end this journey here. We talked about the story, the gameplay, and also what you will get if you decide to buy this game and play it. So to give you a chance to experience even more amazing indie games, I have added another video that I think that you will love to the upcoming end screen. So I will see you there, and until next time, stay safe and stay awesome.